Hello and welcome to Savannah Alalia TV. This is where you are reminded how to listen to that wise self and lead from your intuition to create a life that you absolutely love to live. As I always say, there are no gurus here because you are your guru. I am simply here to remind you to pay attention to that guru inside of yourself. And I know people often say, oh, I'm not sure if I've got a guru inside of myself, but I'm here to remind you, you absolutely do. We all do. If you learn how to listen to that part of yourself, speak its words and express that part of yourself, that's when a kind of magic in your life starts to happen and in the world. I came across this wonderful quote from John Lennon recently, who really listened to and expressed his inner guru from a very early age. The quote goes like this: "When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment. I told them they didn't understand life." Now, John Lennon went on to influence and transform our world and our culture through sharing his music, philosophies and ideas. Much of what he did still touches millions to this day, decades after he brought it all to life and decades after he passed away. You never know how what you will do will ripple out into the world. I believe in the power of listening to your intuition, following your happiness, and I believe that it can be enough to begin to transform your world and the world of the people around you. Now, what is happiness? Happiness has been described by some as the ability to find peace and feel joy in your life. That sounds really super easy when you hear me say it like that, doesn't it? But we all know that happiness might take a little bit more than a few ohms as you sit cross-legged or days off to really be discovered. Today's modern life can be anything but peaceful and full of happiness. It's full of hustle, bustle, work, kids, pets, holidays, housekeeping. It's busy, busy, busy. And there's barely any time left really to even contemplate what happiness is, let alone to actually find it. It's really easy to think if you manage to control everything, get on top of your to-do list, that you can get everything peaceful and then you'll be ready to contemplate what your happiness is. But let me tell you this, if you're waiting for that time, I'm sorry, but it's a lie. That time doesn't come, because the discovery of happiness is something that we do so easily try and stick on the shelf and say, I'll get to that one day. But I want to remind you that in order to really discover what that happiness is, you have to do it intentionally. You have to make it a choice, because happiness really is your birthright, and why shelve it rather than make the time, even if it's just a few moments a day, to find it. Happiness is worth discovering, it's worth uncovering, and in order to allow yourself to do that and feel the joys of your life, whether it's small or large, but feel the excitement of being thrilled to be alive in your day-to-day experience. Ultimately, that's what happiness is. It's our deepest hope and our deepest passion for life. And there are lots of paths that we try and walk down to find happiness. So what do you do? Where do you begin to really uncover what your happiness is? Now, at the time of this recording, I've worked with about 8,000 people over about the last 22 years. And there seems to be a little pattern that occurs in those who I witness as being authentically happy in their lives. And I want to share what those things are. They're very simple. It's knowing yourself, being yourself, imperfections and all, and being able to deeply and meaningfully connect to those you love, being willing to embrace your vulnerability to uncover your true strengths. I know it all sounds really simple and it's easy for me to say, but the best things like this are always a paradox. It's about applying some effort and yet totally surrendering at the same time, but taking the time in small portions to just tune into what that is in this moment, to know yourself. I'd love for you to share in the comments below. You can do this right now, just tapping into a little bit of your happiness potential. Ask yourself this: what helps you to accept yourself, warts and all? And what are you committed to do to connect to and find your happiness on a day-to-day basis over the next week? Please share in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Now remember to jump on my mailing list and stay reminded and connected to your intuition. Plus, there'll be some special things that I only like to share in email. Remember, trust your instincts, follow your intuition, because the world needs your voice and the magic it brings to us all. I look forward to chatting to you next time on Savannah Alalia TV. Take care and talk soon.
For a tool I designed to support you opening your body and sharpening your intuition, check out Roll Me Open at www.rollmeopen.com.